following presentation is
So in case you happen to live under a rock, wrestling has just gotten quite political. And that's not to say wrestling hasn't been political before, but especially right now. I mean, it's 2024. This election, at least in my lifetime, I've never seen people so divided before. And maybe that's just because, I'm kind of young. But man, it's almost like nobody is neutral. Nobody is slightly left, slightly right. You are either Team Kamala or Team Trump, and that's it. And nobody is willing to have their minds changed at all. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I mean, personally, I'm willing to, have discussions. I'm pretty open-minded. I'm willing to have my mind changed. I just don't think I can, because my thoughts and my opinions, my ideas, they all make sense morally to me. Everything that I think is correct. My opinions, I believe, are the correct opinions. And maybe that's, some kind of narcissistic side of me. I don't know. But I'm just saying, Batista and The Undertaker, I mean, dude, I don't think they have beef or anything. But you're either on Team Batista or Team Undertaker, and that's it. And every time I'm on Twitter, it's always a mix of one of these two. I haven't seen a neutral party on Twitter in the past, what has it been, week or so. I've never seen one person be like, you know what, I like The Undertaker and I like Batista. It's always been, oh my, Batista's miles ahead of The Undertaker. Or The Undertaker and Kane miles ahead of Batista. And these are not the only wrestlers who are political, they're not the only wrestlers endorsing Kamala or Trump. Mick Foley got involved too. So basically what happened was Undertaker and Kane made a video with Trump, and then I think they did a podcast or something. I'm not sure. I didn't watch, because I think the Undertaker has a podcast. They make this video, and the Undertaker and Kane are basically like, "Hey, we're endorsing Donald Trump, and you got to go vote for Donald Trump today." Now we've all known this for a while. We've known that Glenn Jacobs. I mean, Kane, he's the mayor. He's a Republican mayor. We've seen his takes and his opinions and his stances on many things, and people really don't like Kane, man. And then there's The Undertaker. I don't know, man. Seeing him do this thing with Kane, it kind of ruins Undertaker's reputation a little bit. I mean, if you didn't like Undertaker before, you definitely don't like him now. And if you were kind of meh on The Undertaker, either you like him a little bit more now or a little bit less. But what kind of world are we living in? Trump he was in the WWE, and now he's making videos however many years later. Everybody's combined age in that video is 250. What is 2024, man? What is 2024 American politics? And of course now Ryback is all over this. Ryback is, I'm very pro-Trump, and he loves what The Undertaker and Kane are doing. And I mean, Cody Rhodes claims he's not a Trump supporter. I think we all know who Cody Rhodes is voting for this coming election. But then on the other side of things, it's Batista. And Batista is very liberal. And we've kind of known this, but I mean, to be honest, I didn't really know. Now I know. Okay, so Batista, very liberal guy. CM Punk claims, I mean, it's kind of like Cody Rhodes. CM Punk, in my opinion, is the liberal Cody Rhodes. Jim Cornette, for as much as I don't really like him, he's a liberal guy too, and he's been talking about The Undertaker and Kane. What they did was absolutely stupid. Now, my personal opinion on this is, yeah, it's pretty dumb. If you are a celebrity, if you are, an influencer, anybody big who has a big fan base, big following, especially if you're a wrestler, kids look up to you as a wrestler, and now they're gonna grow up and they're gonna be disappointed if you happen to not like who they like. I wouldn't blame people who are around my age who grew up with Batista and grew up with The Undertaker and Kane to be disappointed in any of them, right? I mean, if you're right wing and you've loved Batista your whole life, and now you realize Batista is very pro-Kamala liberal, I mean, you're probably not gonna go back and, watch old Batista matches anymore. And same with The Undertaker and Kane. But then Mick Foley gave his 2 cents on the matter, and it just seems like everybody in the wrestling community is getting involved. I'm seeing people I follow on Twitter, I mean, even people I don't follow on Twitter who just end up on my feed. They're picking one side or the other, and you're either Team Undertaker and Team Kane, and I think Tiffany Stratton or something, Cody Rhodes and whoever else, or your Team Batista, CM Punk. And I just think it's ridiculous. I mean, to be fair, this is coming from a guy who, forgive me, I was born in Canada. I'm still in Canada. I know I'm going to throw up just thinking about it. I don't like it any more than you do, believe me. But for as much as I don't like Mr. Beast at all, Mr. Beast said something. He goes, you know, the less personality, like the less of your real self you expose when you are a celebrity, like the better. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of true, especially for wrestlers, man. Like, wrestlers should not ever get political. That's not what wrestling is about. That's not what the wrestlers should be about. I understand, you know, these guys are old and they're legends and whatever, but still, man, like, at the end of the day, when you are a wrestler, I don't know, there's certain aspects of your life when you're a celebrity that you should just not expose to the public. Now, personally, it doesn't really matter that much to me. I don't know, like, I feel like I can separate art from artist, and I'm sure many people can, but there's also a lot of people who cannot. And I would say it's most people cannot separate art from artist. So I just want to say, you know, whether you're on Team Undertaker or Team Batista, at the end of the day, these are both great wrestlers, and, you know, whatever side you're on, keep it to yourself. Nobody's interested. Good night.